Hey everyone, this is Chef. Welcome back to Uma. Today, we're going to try and rebuild our winning ticket that we worked on last time. But before we get to that, the champions meeting has opened. So we're going to go and do our one free round for the day. I'm not going to do all of them on camera, but we're going to do the first one on camera. And we'll see how we wind up. I do not think that my preparation for this CM was particularly good, so I am coming in with fairly low expectations, but we'll see if we can't still manage to learn something out of the process. So we know for sure that King Halo is coming, because we got all of the debuffs that we're interested in. We know for sure that this air group is coming, I believe, because she did okay in testing. And then I think the question was whether we like our auction or whether we like our Taiki shuttle. I like hesitant frontrunners being here, and I also like the acceleration here. So I'm inclined to think that running double pace and single lane is probably better. Let's slot Taiki in at pace. And then what's the real difference between this air groove? We have Victoria and Give Mommy a Hug, Rushing Gale and No Stopping Me, and It's On, but no Head On, which is kind of unfortunate, versus a Turf S Bokshin that doesn't really have amazing acceleration. I'm going to try the Bokshin for now just because the stats are higher and I think Turf S is a big deal. It's entirely possible that Air Groove might be good as well, though. And then, even if we're only running one front, I still think that Frontrunner Denial is probably pretty good. So I think this is the team, and we'll see how we go. We are definitely understated for Graded League. I would like to be pulling high A pluses rather than low A pluses and high A's. So I think that A finals is probably going to be out of reach, but I think getting to B finals would probably be a success for this account and for the plan that we had going into CMs. And I think flaming out of second round would probably be a sign that our plan was not as good as it could have been, or that our runs were not as good as they could have been. I think that we can definitely perform better than that. So we'll see how we do. The big thing that we're looking for is how good we are at getting to the front and denying Victoria per plancha from other runners. So that's going to be the thing we try and keep an eye on. There are 3 front runners in this lobby. We are one of them. Taiki and Halo are rushed. That doesn't really matter that much. Everybody is rushed. Again, that doesn't really matter that much. We should still be fine on stamina. Our Bokshin being in the lead at this point is actually surprising. So our tactical nuke debuffs are about to go off as soon as we hit light race. We're going to hit hesitant front, hesitant pace all over the place. There's 1, there's 2. That's a very fast moving King Halo that's getting blocked by Marazensky. But our Bokshin is way in the lead. I actually think this might be a win, which is crazy. Alright, that's a good start. I didn't think that we were going to be winning very many rounds at all, but that's a promising start. So that means that we are through to... Well, it doesn't matter in round 1. I think as long as you play at all, you get through to round 2. And if you win once in round 2, then you make it into B finals. If we can scrape 3 wins together here, I would be really, really impressed. Can't believe that our okay Bokshin is getting ahead of other frontrunners. I think King Halo also probably had a chance to win that race if she didn't get blocked. There's interesting stuff going on in this team. Late start on Bokshin is devastating. I think it's going to be very hard for her to recover from that. We'll see. We're burning an early sparkly stardom from a Smart Falcon there, though, which is nice. Yeah, she's stuck running like a pace chaser. That's a very, very bad late start. So we're hoping that Taiki does well here, despite the fact that she doesn't really have access to her unique as light race acceleration. This isn't going to do anything. It triggers too early. All of that acceleration is going to be gone by the time we hit late race. But maybe we still get lucky on acceleration skills at the end. That is no stopping me going off. We still have hesitant front. We still have hesitant pace. Now we're going to get passed by that Akibono. And our Bakshin is nowhere to be found. That's still really close, though. There is something here. We can just avoid getting a late start on Bakshin. I think we're in pretty interesting shape. Are debuffs actually good? Is this actually a good team? And just to be clear, we're running specific debuffs here. This is not just like, oh, we're going to take every red skill. We are running specifically hesitant front and hesitant pace, because it's what we expected to show up in these lobbies. And so far, most of these runners are either front or pace. There's a few King Halos here and there. But for the most part, we're looking at a lot of front runners and a lot of pace chasers. So at least that part of the strategy, that meta call aspect, appears to be working. We're going to burn an early unique out of that Smart Falcon, which is great. Being in second here is fine for Bakshin. As long as we're second, we still get Victoria por Plancha, and if we're second, we actually get Give Mummy a Hug as well. It's a lot of really fast runners behind us right now, though. I have some major concerns about our acceleration here in late race, but she's hanging in there. She's widening the lead. Oh, this is a win. Okay, there's the 2 that we need. One more. We have 2 opportunities to take one more win. This would be so far above my expectations for these 3 runners. Being at 2 wins is already so far above my expectations for these 3 runners. Only 2 late surgers here. Somebody brought a Taiwa Scarlet. That was my plan. I want to see how she does. Because I think she's actually sneakily kind of good for this CM. She has a very relevant unique skill. I am not worried about Maruzenski's because their unique is not going to give them a huge amount of acceleration. As long as we can just stay in the mix, we can trigger uniques off of them. This is pace down ending already. There's It's On off of Taiki. Yeah, this is a super late Taiki shuttle unique. Holy cow, she's going to get acceleration off of that. And she hit head on, and she hit Give Mummy a Hug. Taiki's going to win this race. There's no way that somebody else is going to be faster than our Taiki shuttle right now. She hit every single acceleration skill. Oh, please just get to the finish line. Okay, we're in Group A. That is not something I expected to happen before queuing into these races. So that qualifies us for Group A. We'll play out the last run because we get even more stuff. That's wild. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about at all when it comes to sprints. Because this did not look like a strong team on the surface at all. Can we go 4-1? Halo is definitely a weak link, but she's so covered in debuffs that I don't think it really matters. Like, she's doing so much work from the back of the field. Her late start on Boxing and Halo, it's over. The dream is dead. Well, maybe not. Oh, dream is dead. She doesn't even think she's a front runner right now. All of our hopes and dreams are riding on Taiki. Dude, a late start is devastating. If I was going to be rebuilding frontrunners, I'd need to stick focus on every single one of them, I think. Taiki, if you could just get a little further ahead. Oh, that might be early. Yeah, that's a little early. It's okay, though. You could still hit stuff like head-on. You could still hit nimble nav. Mumia hug, head-on. Oh, there's no shot. That's a very fast Smart Falcon. We're gaining, but I don't think we're gaining fast enough. Still, though, I will take a 3 and 2 every single day of the week. I think that is way above average for this deck's performance. And if it turns out to just be luck, fine. We've ensured ourselves B finals as long as we can win a single race in round 2. I think that is a splendid result. So I will run those other ones off camera, just because it's currently 1:20 when I'm recording this, and I'd like to go to bed. But that's a wonderful start to this CM. So much better than what I expected. So getting on to what we're actually going to work on today. Last time, we built this winning ticket. And the problem with this winning ticket is that this is a really nice stat line for mediums. But we were trying to make a long runner. And the reason that this is not going to work as a long runner, I think, is because we have Rico here. So, I think it was Cactus in the comments who left a comment that I had been thinking about after this run as well. Yeah, it was Cactus, who basically said that the common wisdom of Rico being one stamina card doesn't really hold up for longer decks. Like, Rico is worth a stamina card if you're building for miles. She's kind of worth a stamina card if you're building for mediums. But when you're building a long runner, she's closer to like half a stamina card. And your general heuristic for most runners should be that for every aptitude that is A above sprint, you should be adding one stamina card. So for winning ticket, because we want her to be a long runner, that means we should be running like 3 stamina cards ideally. And for this deck, we were running 1.5. So that's nowhere close enough. The way that we would fix that is just by replacing Rico with a second stamina card. And in this case, I think, I'm not sure, and it's something we're going to learn in this run, but I think that Saiyan Sky is probably going to be good enough. So we're going to look for good sparks. We're going to take 2-star, we're not going to take 2-star Stam and 2-star Turf Lung. We're going to take, who did we use last time? Let's just go check, because I did think that inheritance worked really well. Which one of my parents did I use for you? I used my B+ Creek. We will do that again then. This one. No? Good Stam Power. Stam. This is the one. It's you. And then for legacies, we're looking for Stam. We're looking for Turf Long. We can be a little choosier here. I believe it was this Brian that we used last time. Because it was 9-star stamina? Yeah, that sounds right. So I don't think the inheritance was the problem. I think the inheritance is great. We just want to pile everything into stamina and then train speed and train power. This is going to offset the fact that we're actually not using 3 stamina cards. We're only using 2. We're just going to inherit an absolute mountain of stamina to make up the difference. We're going to be running Rice Shower as our SSR stamina card because that's going to let us name our team to get an extra gold recovery. And then I swapped out Rico with Saiyan Sky. Saiyan does not have a good gold skill. I mean, it's okay if you're a front runner, but if you're not a front runner, this is not a good gold skill. So we're probably just going to end Saiyan's event chain as soon as we see it to open up space for other card events to come through. The bigger reason that Saiyan is here is we have like a 70 specialty priority, 50 and then more from the unique perk. We have something like a 40% mood effect. It's a good card. it's going to give us quite a bit of stats, like actual stamina stats. If we really wanted to try and push this deck further, we would probably like drop Biko for Rico probably. But I really don't like the idea of running 3 speed guards on a trainee that has 0% speed growth. Stamina is important, but you need some amount of speed to win a race as well. So I think we're going to try this. And if this still isn't enough stamina, then the only real option we have is to drop Biko at that point and run a Rico instead. But I'd really like to try and avoid doing that if I can. So let's try and iterate on this. And then we'll see where this puts us for potential further runs. Or maybe this is good enough and we can finally retire Agnes and build her for medium distance instead of long. But we'll find out. Decent speed training to start. It's a lot of friendship progress, especially on somebody who needs it. The other thing that we could do here, that's another good speed training. The other thing that we could do is we could drop Biko for Tokai Teo, because we do get a better Team Trials gold skill out of that. We get straightaway acceleration / rushing gale. So that would be nice just for the sake of farming points, but Teo is not as good of a stats card as Biko is. It's a fine guts training. You have spirit training progress, you get a lot of friendship progress from it. We're looking at a perspective rest here unless we get energy back. Or a perspective recreation. Energy minus 10? No, we're not doing that. The wit is not very good, so I think we recreate here, and we hope that we hit energy recovery. It's perfect. So we can train next turn, and then we can rest. We can go heavy into energy debt here. Like wit instead of guts. I don't particularly need guts. That's a good speed training. Yeah, it's a speed training worth taking. And then after this we can just rest, because we're super low on energy now. This all seems fine so far. It is not going to take much for this run to clear the benchmark that the previous winning ticket run set. Wow, I wish I could take that speed training. I could take that wit training too. I could take that wit training actually. It's not a bad wit training. I wish I could take you. But this is a decent training, and then if the next training is bad, we can just rest afterwards. Good, good, good. Alright, we're not missing out on anything. Just take the rest now. Plus 30's okay. We'll live. Okay, guts training. Not amazing. Better than everything else around it, though. So take the spirit training progress, take the friendship progress. This, I really like taking this selection out of this event, the more I see it. Like, late straights, late corners is fine. We're gonna get that from other cards. Position Pilfer and Slick Surge are really important skills, though. So I think I'm more than happy paying 15 energy to get those. We can also just take a rest here if we want to. Sucks to miss that power training. We have gambled on... Oh my god. Please, just anything more than 30 energy. We've gambled on trainings being bad a few times and lost these gambles. We've had to pass up on 2 really good trainings because our energy management hasn't been great. Which is a little unlucky. Not very good. Not very good. Pretty good. Just take another rest. There we go. Now we get the full 50 back. Not ideal to rest 3 times before your debut, I would say. But, it's just kind of how life is sometimes. Good enough to win a debut by 5 lengths. There's my stats. And then our next race is Local Stakes, and we cannot run miles. So there's really not much else that we're looking at doing until that point. This is technically a better speed training than a wit training, but it is really close. Maybe I should take the power training because it's got Biko Friendship and Raishower Friendship associated with it, and they're lower. Yeah, I think I'd probably do that instead. Good energy recovery. Decent guts training. Even better wit training, and it helps. Well, there's a lot of spirit training progress from this, though. I would love to take this wit training because it helps manage our energy so much better, but this is a lot of spirit training progress to pass up. I think I would rather level my facilities early. So let's jump on that. We can get a little bit of energy back here at least. I would love to just take a few good wit trainings if I could get them, though. We're spending so much energy on trainings right now. And they're fine trainings. We're just spending a lot of energy. Okay. That's Asian Flash's event chain done. Don't have to worry about that anymore. This finally looks like a good turn to wit. We're taking a slight loss on friendship progress here, but it's putting Asian to burst, and more importantly, it's conserving energy for better trainings. So I'm fine taking that. Burst on stamina is exactly where we want to be spending our bursts. We were so far under stamina threshold last time that if I see a burst on stamina, I'm just going to take it. And then there's our hint for long corners. It's an okay rainbow. It's probably a slightly better power training, though, for the sake of friendship progress. Works on Vodka and Biko, as well as a little bit of Kitasan. And then we'll name ourselves Blue Bloom to get cooldown, assuming that we can beat the Unity Cup team, the Team Zenith team. It's fine. It's fine. It's nice, but I'm not going to risk it. I think this is fine to just be wit. It'll put Kitasan to gold. One more card that we don't have to worry about building friendship for. And then that's just a good wit training. Gives us lots of spirit training progress and preserves energy. I'm so fine with that. This is going to be another plus 10 energy. I'm also fine with that. Starting to claw our energy back here a little bit. It's a huge power training. I think I really like taking this. 2 spirit training, 2 friendship growth. And then I'd love to go like wit, train, goal race for the last 3 turns. We'll see if we can make that happen. It's not a great start, but it's not a good rainbow training. We're not compelled to take that. It's also not a good wit training, but let's shore up our energy a little bit so that we can take a good training early December if one shows up. Guts 5 versus Power 5. I'll be taking Power. Good training. Has good wit training. Good guts training, but I don't feel compelled to do a 9% failure chance on that. Yeah, we'll just take the wit. It's fine. We're not going to overflow our energy going into Classic year. We're going to have more than enough to take the plus 20 and still not be full. And then we'll run the Hopeful Stakes. So we only burst 1 time. Our spirit training was okay. I'm going to buy these just because I know that they're in Vodka's hint pool, and I want to see new skills. We've only burst 1 time, though, so the first Unity Cup round is going to be a little sketchy. I think we might... Oh, Jesus. Oh, thank God we can alarm clock it. It's so bad we can alarm clock it. Okay. There we go. When you get blocked so badly that you don't even finish your career goal, that's perfect. So I think we're going to have to go middle option on Hopeful Stakes, is the point that I'm trying to make. And then the other thing we're tracking is how many races we win where either Taishin or Hayahide are there. So Hopeful Stakes is one of them. In fact, I think most of the goal races are one of them. Team looks fine. Yeah? Yeah, team's fine. This is going to be a medium option, though. We just haven't done that much spirit training. It's not a super optimistic prediction. They'll give me middle, and then we'll take top every time from here on out. Beautiful. We need to win 7 or more, so exactly 7 total races where Hayahide or Taishin are present. We've done 1 already. This will be 2, 3, 4, assuming we can win all 3. The Takarazuka Kinen will be 5. Arima will be 6, so Hasakai should be 7. So if we win all of our goal races, we should be able to do it. But if we don't, we're going to have to run extra races. Friendship progress on Saiyan and 2 spirit trainings versus no friendship progress and 2 spirit trainings. These both contribute to somebody who still has to burst, which slightly pulls me towards stamina here. Also stamina just being a core stat, and we can safely train next turn. That seems fine to me. Team rank up to D. Professor of Curvature's done. Good wit training. Even better speed training. We take that speed training and then we rest. That puts Rice Shower to gold. This is going to be a rest almost certainly, but we'll look at what we're missing. A decent power that we would probably take, and not really anything else. So we'll take our rest. 1, 1, 1. Noting here, though, that this puts Biko to gold. It also puts Rice Shower to burst. Saiyan's friendship is lagging behind pretty significantly, though. As is Vodka's. Let's get Biko online, and let's get a burst online. Because then if we see the burst pop up somewhere else where it's convenient, then we'll get more out of it. We're not running miles, we'll just take top option here. Should you buy skills? You could. Yeah, pick up Position Pilfer. I would really like to win these races so that I can get more hints for stuff. Although, let's double check and make sure that we're not buying skills that we would be getting hints for. So we get a hint for Outer Swell if we finish the secret event. I have Game Tour open in the other tab. It's 2 hint levels for Outer Swell if we win 7 or more races where Hayahide and Taishin also run. So if we have the option to buy Outer Swell, we should wait on that one until the end because we know it might get cheaper. This other stuff though, I'm just going to grab it so we have a better chance of actually winning these races. It's okay, but not great. Okay, but not great. Huge wit training, especially with a relevant hint off of Vodka. We take that for sure. We're still early enough in the run that we need to be prioritizing spirit training over friendship training. I think it's really easy to trick yourself in Unity Cup into taking rainbows early because they build stats, when you should really just be prioritizing 99 stamina. When you should really just be prioritizing your spirit trainings to level your facilities faster. Make your rainbows later on in the run even better, rather than just taking bad rainbows right now. 5th is brutal. Might want to work on speed. Alright, I can do that. This means we're going to need to schedule 1 extra race, though. Currently, I'm thinking it would be Japan Cup in late November. No, not the spring. There you go. We'll have the fans for it by then, don't worry. Massive rainbow training on stamina. Let's say in Sky to burst. Good late Surger Savvy hint. Actively looking to take a wit here. Energy's kind of in shambles. The wit training is not good though. I think that means we can just take a full rest. And then speed is real sketchy for the derby right now. Long corners isn't going to matter. We'll just grab a rank of late surge or savvy here. Extra wit is going to very slightly help our velocity in mid-race. Make it slightly less likely that we get blocked. Lose races to random RNG. Second is better. But this does mean we're going to need to run a second non-goal race. Which I think it probably makes sense to run the Arima at the end of the year as well. So we'll schedule that in. Oh, 2 bursts on stamina. Hey, this is where we want to spend our skills, but I'm really worried about speed right now. We need some big rainbow trainings to come in. I think I just train and then recreate in summer break. And then because all of these trainings are like really bad, I think I just take a rainbow speed. What a weird turn. Because I don't need stamina right now. Stamina's fine. I don't need to preserve energy right now because my plan is already to rest in summer break to fix mood. So I think I just spend energy on like an okay speed training. I could have raced that turn as well, probably, now that I think about it. But I don't actually think our speed is good enough to win races right now. So we have 1,000,000 D rank runners. Everybody is rank A. I don't think there's any kind of team adjustment I need to make there. We are forced into taking top for the rest of the run. If we want to get max stats out of Zenith at the end, it's unfathomable that we would lose this round. We burst like 6 times. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Hey, we've burst like 4 times. There's no way that we're going to drop a round after bursting that many times in early Classic year. Single rainbow speed again. But we have 3 speed cards at gold right now, which means that we should be able to do better than a single rainbow on speed. Let's fix our mood now so that we get our increased stats from mood effect. And then we can take better rainbow training. So this one also works on Saiyan Sky's friendship. It also has spirit training associated with it. This puts Biko to burst. Although that's a lot of spirit training. This also works on Vodka's friendship. But I care about these hints too. Like getting long corners would be really nice. Getting deep breaths would be pretty nice. Getting Biko to burst would be pretty nice. I'll take the stamina. I guess that's fine, and I can still train this turn too. So we're gonna get a 3-turn summer break, or a 3-train summer break. I really don't want to burst on wit. I need stats to be on not wit. I also don't really want to burst on power. I want to take this guts training because it works on Vodka's friendship. That's how bad things are for me right now. It also like slightly builds power and speed. Yeah, sure. Do not love that training. It would have been such a great turn for a great like double, triple rainbow speed to come through, but can't get everything you want. So we're not taking it, we're resting. Oh, punished again. So insanely punished for not preserving energy this run. This is a case study in how to not preserve energy in Unity Cup right now. At least we get to put Vodka to gold. And we get a Spirit Burst out of it. So that's all of our friendship done except for Saiyan. Who is really lagging behind right now. And now I get to take a double rainbow speed. We even get a little bit of spirit training progress out of it. This is mostly so I just win races later on. I should be checking to see if there's better spirit training options, but I'd also like to just win races. Anything we need to buy? Homestretch haste? Probably not. Inside scoop. So late surgers don't really spend a lot of time at the inner rail on the final corner because they're usually trying to move to the outside to pass other people. I don't think inside scoop is good for late surgers, basically ever. But we could take long corners. We know we're going to want that eventually. So let's lock that in. That is 2 races that we've won, where either Taishin or Hayahida have been present. I think it's 2. We'll double check career info in a second. Because we won Hopeful Stakes, we won Ikukusho. No, didn't we win like a random G1? Or a random G2? We'll take Nimble Nav here because we're not going to get it from hints at the end of the run, so we actually want to unlock that specifically. We're also probably going to rest here. So they were definitely here, they were definitely here, they may have been here. So I think we're at 3 so far. This could be a wit to work on Saiyan's friendship, but our stamina is looking pretty fine right now, and I would actually like to burst on speed a few times, so let's recover energy. We'll run Japan Cup, we'll train, we'll run Arima Kinan, and that'll take us into senior year. Although that's a double burst on speed, that's looking really tasty. Oh, I think I need to take that. I think that's too many stats to pass up. Especially because we know that our speed is relatively low right now. Okay, there's plan X, not that we're going to be buying that. And then this we train because there's no good races early December. We'll just take a double rainbow speed. Either of these hints would be fine. Homestretch haste? Sure, we might end up buying it. Team rank B. Can I afford to run the Arima this turn? I don't need to rest. That's a crazy power training. I don't need to rest though, so I can just run it. Let's try and catch up on winning races that Hayahida and Taishin are also here. Beautiful. So that puts us at 3, maybe 4. I'm gonna say it puts us at 3, just to err on the side of caution. Awesome time to get -5 energy as well. We, again, have burst like crazy this year. Team looks fine. Most of our runners are C rank. Do I need to make any changes here? I could do, like, Ginkgo Wind to the A slot on Dirt. And then I can do Seeking the Pearl to the A slot on Wild. And that's really all I think I need to do. But everybody here should be fine. It's an extremely optimistic prediction. Doesn't mean we are guaranteed to win. But we do still win. More stats, more good. And then we're looking to fix mood via the raffle. So we'll take 30 energy here, we'll do 1 big training. It's not bad. It's unfortunate that it's 2 spirit trainings for people who are already at first. But I think I'd still take it, because we're expecting to get energy back next turn anyway, and it does work on Saiyan's friendship. Carrot is okay, so we are going to have to wreck to fix energy now. Single rainbow. None of our facilities are at 4 yet, so we still need to be prioritizing spirit training. It may sound crazy, but given that none of these options are good for spirit training, I think this is our recreation turn. This is our chance to fix our mood, and then wait for better trainings later. What's our fan threshold like? Oh, we're so fun. That's a massive training, we take that. We can still train safely next turn too. Mostly safely. We might be a little low on energy. We're definitely low on energy, never mind. Also, that was the last step of Rice's event, wasn't it? Page from a day of hard work. It was. Okay, so we didn't get Adrenaline Rush from it, but that's okay. We still have cooldown coming. This is fine for spirit training. It doesn't preserve energy as much as I would like to. I'm not going to gamble on a 32%. I am just going to take good spirit training on a wit, though. We might hit an energy recovery event this turn. And if we don't, we can keep rolling on it a few times. Or we can just take a full rest if the rest of our trainings look pretty bad, like they do right now. So I think here we can just take full rest again. I really don't want to burst on wit. I need to be allocating everything into speed, stamp, power if we're going to be a long runner. That's 4. Taishin's there, so it's definitely 4. And then this would be 5, 6, and we need to run 1 extra. Do I have enough stamina to take on the Spring Tenno shows? I bet I will after this inspiration. Because we're going to get another 100 out of this or so. Long S. Okay. Let's really make sure we don't fumble this run now. 668? Dude, we can run the Spring Tenno show for sure. This puts Saiyan to gold. And it's also not far off from our best spirit training option. We take that. So that's all of our friendship done, finally. And then we run Spring Tenno. And if we win this race, we should just have to nail our last 2 goal races, and then we should have our secret event. Incredible that we would lose that race with our stamina. But that's okay, it's still skill points. -10 is also really lucky. So let's book in Autumn Tenno then, as our chance to win our 7th race. Single rainbow, single rainbow. I don't want to burst on the wit. It's okay. Wow, God. Wish I could take a wit this turn. Oh, I should probably just take the best spirit training option available. And then this is going to be a rest. Unless we hit an energy recovery. This is not enough energy recovery. If we see a good wit, I could wit on this. No, I can take energy. Because oh no, this doesn't give energy. It gives 30 skill points. That's unfortunate. I really want to end this event chain. Because I don't care about the other 2 steps. But getting plus 10 energy right now is actually a huge deal. Because it means that we can safely train next turn and then rest early June. So we're gonna continue the event chain anyway. Single rainbow and burst. I don't hate it. Our stamina is looking quite nice right now. I think we're gonna wind up close to 1,000 probably. Let's take 1 burst on speed. Single, crazy wit training. But I need to rest this turn to get ready for summer break. That's really unfortunate. So we're still gonna need to rest over summer break. Give me... No, it's a medium, you don't need it. I was gonna say we could get pressure, but pressure is long only, so I don't need to buy it here. We're gonna need to run another extra race. Which is probably going to be, let's say, the QE2 Cup. There's a lot of extra races that we're getting forced into running, which means we're taking away from stats. But I want that hidden event, dang it. Team looks fine. Surprised we don't have anybody at B right now. But I guess there's still some time in the run. Good. into summer break we go. I would really like to just rest first turn if first turn is not very good. Let's plug in the QE2 cup. First turn is pretty good, unfortunately. It's not huge on stats training, but it is a lot of spirit training progress. It's possible we get bursts out of these two. Let's take it, and then just hope that we don't get punished by a double or triple rainbow speed on the next turn. It's a little punished. It's not super punished, but it is a little punished. We'll take energy. We need to wit once. I also don't mind bursting on stamina here. We can still train on the last turn. Oh, but that's huge spirit training progress. Alright, we take that. It puts Kitas onto burst, and it also levels everybody on the team up. And then we just take a good training on the last turn. There's no burst, but it'll come back to stamina. I think we go back to bursting on stamina for a bit. I'd really like to hit a square 1,000 by the end of the run or so. That's huge. It's exactly what we want. This is going to be a rest again. That's okay. That's also a huge stamina training. We'll take it. I don't think that Agnes Digital or Hishiage Bono are getting to Unity Burst this run. But it's nice to consume the burst. We have a decent chance here of getting Burning Spirit Stamina for a second gold recovery. If we can find a way to burst one more time, which is going to be really hard when we're running 2 races. Oh. I'm going to make a very risky play. I'm going to take Wit, and I'm going to put an RE1 to burst. Because I want to consume that burst the next turn, so that when we hit late November, we unlock Burning Spirit Stamina. Because we've burst on stamina almost exclusively, so I'm expecting it to be our highest stat. Double Rainbow Speed versus putting Smart Falcon to burst. I put Smart Falcon to burst. And if we gave up on the Autumn Tenno, then we're giving up on being able to do the secret event at all. It was speed anyway. Alright. That's a calculated gamble that has failed. Not great, not great, not great. We could run Japan Cup today, I guess. Well, does it really matter at this point now? It does if you miscount it, actually. So, hypothetically, if Hayahida and Taishin were at the Yayoi show, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 5. Yeah, because we came second in the Takarazuka Kinan. So it'd put us to 6. We're not going to get to 7 no matter... Wait, no, count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, so if you run Japan Cup and then you win the Arima, you actually would be at 7. So we must win this. And we must win... Okay, that's not going to happen. It's all falling apart. We're playing fast and we're getting punished for it. We're playing fast and we're getting heavily punished for it. So we'll just take a rest so that we have full energy for our last 3 turns. That's very annoying. But it's also just good old-fashioned late surger roulette. Go. So we don't get the Outer Swell hints, which is too bad, because Outer Swell is a good skill. But the good news is that we're looking pretty good stats-wise. In terms of having this be a serviceable long runner. We're going to get to around 1,000 stamina, and as long as we can beat Zenith, we'll have cooldown. So that'll be enough stamina to make it through most long races. Not all of them, but most of them. We have a good selection of B rank runners. We have a fairly optimistic prediction, although prediction isn't everything. In this case it is, so that's cooldown secured. Team rank S should also be fairly easy to get from this point. We have 3 facilities at level 5. We're going to get Team rank S on like the first turn of the Unity Cup. Or on the URA finale. So where's Stamina going to wind up? Stamina's going to wind up at like 930 right now. We need to find 70 more. We have 2 bursts available. I'm fine taking this speed and then bursting on Stamina with the other one if we can get it to line up there. There's Team Rank S. We knew that was going to happen. If I could hit 1,000 Stamina and a gold, I would be very pleased. If I could hit 1,000 Stamina and 2 golds, we would basically be on our target for making a long runner, but Adrenaline Rush didn't want to cooperate. So that one's outside my control. We are waiting to see a burst on Stamina. The rest of these trainings aren't good, so we'll just take speed, and we'll still have enough energy to train on the last turn. It's going to be a slight gamble, but we'll be able to do it. Good. And then last but not least, it's an okay training. We never got that last Spirit Burst to show up. So we're going to wind up at like 950-ish. 950, maybe like 960. No, 940, maybe like 950. That's still a pretty impressive stat line, though. This was a good run overall. The deck is definitely better without Rico here. Which just underscores the fact that when you're... We're gonna alarm clock that, obviously. Which just underscores the fact that when you're trying to build a long runner, specifically, Rico is really only like half of a stamina card at best. You got this, come on. Oh my god, she didn't got this. It's okay, we still get cooldown. This just means we miss out on like plus 15 to everything. It's okay. Not ideal, but it's okay. And then show me skills. We have 928 to spend. Curvature is going to be really expensive, but on long tracks it can trigger twice. It's on is probably less important in that case. Nimble Nav is good for late race acceleration. We need to get cooldown as our gold recovery. And then I guess we get pressure because it's cheap. And we get tail held high? Tail held high can trigger, right? Curvature can hit in mid-race. Position Pilfer can hit in mid-race. Cooldown can hit in mid-race. You need it to line up really specifically, but tail held high can trigger. I guess that's fine. Ugh. We could improve this runner significantly if we had actually won the finals. Only at 921, but 921 and a gold is... For a late surger, it's okay. I really think we're pushing the limits of what this deck can do for a long runner, though. She wasn't even as good as the last winning ticket we made. Ugh, how is such a thing possible? So are you better than this Tachyon? I think so. But we can find out. We'll stick you in here. The game thinks she's better numerically, but the game doesn't necessarily know if that means she's a better runner. Show me some team trials rounds. How long is the... Oh, we don't know yet. We have to get to race first. How long is the mile? Is the long that you're gonna have to run? It's a 3600. Nobody is going to survive this race. Second, fourth, sixth. Her rice shower, your rice shower did survive it. Let's go take a look at that rice shower. That is somebody who's building for stamina. I also want to see the score breakdown. Race results. You. Yeah. Distance, distance, stamina issue, stamina issue. So what's your rice shower got? 947, 2 gold recoveries, 1 white recovery. 920, 2 gold recovery, no white recovery. 860, no gold recovery. And then our ticket, 921, 1 gold recovery. Is that... That's maybe that gold recovery not activating. I could watch the replay if I wanted to, but that's okay. Also, it's not a good ticket. Alright, let's see if she's consistently down there. I think it may be a while before we can actually take Tachyon off of longs, just because we don't have ways to generate great stamina. How are we looking here? She's kinda down there. I would parfait the chance to earn presents. You never know what those presents could be. They could even be parfaits. Don't think 2. It could be carrots. You know, she's okay, actually. I'm not seeing her down at the bottom consistently. I'm not seeing her at the top consistently either, but I'm not seeing her at the bottom consistently. Maybe it's fine. I'm just not sure what I would really improve about the deck to get a better long runner. Because we just don't have stamina cards that are that good. We could think about like borrowing Super Creek instead of Kitasan. I guess would be like the biggest thing that I haven't tried. But that's going to be an issue for winning ticket. Because her speed growth is just so bad. That might work for somebody like, I don't know, Tachyon. Interesting. I might need to puzzle that out. Puzzle that out and figure out if there's something better that we could be doing. But I think that's also going to be a problem for next time. Because we're coming up here to the end of Chores. We're not expecting greatness from these team trials runs at this point either. Yeah, she's consistently not near the bottom. These sprinters need work. Halo's showing up down here a lot. But I think, just based off of, like, I haven't been keeping stats on it or anything, but just based off of vibes, it feels like that ticket is doing better than Agnes Digital was, or Agnes Tachyon was. I think we'll just leave it for now, because it does free us up to move Tachyon to mediums, which is where she really wants to be. And in preparation of doing that move, we're going to go take a look at our potential. Because we need to do the same thing for Grass Wonder as well. So you're at 3 already, we have Dominator. Tachyon, you also need to come to 3, so that we get Dominator for you as well. And then who is it that we can unlock stars with? Oh, we got Matikane to 2. Sure. So I think that's going to be the plan for next time. I think we've done some minor revisions to our long team trials team. The biggest thing that I wanted to get shifted off of that team was Tachyon, so that I could free Tachyon up to move to mediums, and we could start running a disgusting double Dominator comp in mediums. So we've achieved that. We've achieved that flexibility. So now we need to rebuild a Tachyon for mediums. We need to rebuild a Grass Wonder for mediums, which means bumping her off of miles. But then we can move Vodka back down to miles, and then we can do other stuff with our medium runners. So I think that's probably going to be the plan for like the next week or so. It currently doesn't look like I need to do any 11th hour team trials runners because somehow the team has been performing great so far. So that's going to free us up a little bit to work on some team trials roster stuff, and then maybe we'll throw in a couple parent runs on video as well. It's always nice to just put together a parent run every once in a while when you feel like doing something chill and you don't want to stress about hitting stat thresholds or benchmarks or anything like that. So if we feel like we're getting burned out on making team trials runners, we'll just go send a parent run or two. We can chat about that and see how that's going. But yeah, I think that's all I've got for you guys for today. If you're enjoying Uma, do make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all the stuff that you do for YouTubers to tell the holy algorithm that you want to engage with the content. And if you have any questions, comments about Uma specifically, deep dives on mechanics, questions about CM prep, parent runs, team trials runs, anything that's on your mind, drop me a note in the comments and let me know. I would love to discuss it, and if I think it's an interesting enough question, might even bring it up in a video. But until then, that's all I've got for you. Take care, enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you next time.